Vritti, Sarupyam, Itaratra. All right, welcome for Yoga Sutra 1.4. This week brings us to conclude the first segment of the Yoga Sutras of the Samadhipada, chapter 1, that really give us insight on what yoga is. And so, as you may remember from last week, Patanjali in 1.3 defines the state that is yoga. When we're in the consciousness of yoga, we reclaim and remember our essence. We reclaim and remember that life force that runs and shines through us, that eternal nature. And we are unburdened in that state. We are free and brilliant and remembering of our wholeness. Sounds lovely. And then this sutra is saying, well, when you're not in that state, which for most of us is 99.9% of the time, we really miss the point and we really get confused because we think we are the mind waves. So let's break down this sutra. Vritti, which means whirlpool, fluctuation of the mind, fluctuation of the personal energetic field, the wave of the mind. Vritti, Sarupa. Sa means with, and Rupa means form. So this is really pointing to taking the form of the vritti. So you're kind of coming together and molding yourself as the fluctuation, really missing the point. And then Ita and Rata really juices up this sutra, which starts to open up the invitation to explore the depth of the subconscious. So this is saying like of the night. So in summary, this sutra is saying you're not your vrittis. At other times, you miss the point of your true identity and think you are the mind waves. And so, and then the like of the night is potentially saying like, hey, don't be fooled. These vrittis are really deeply hidden and embedded in the subconscious. So the question to live in is, what are you suppressing? What are you avoiding? And what are you actually not even aware of that is directing how you act in the world? And so I've got a quick story from Stacy Ruwal-DuPont, who is a somatic psychologist, dear friend and colleague of mine, who really the story really gives light to the great adventure that it is to explore the subconscious. So some might really relate to this story. You're 16 years old and your parents say, you are not allowed to go cliff jumping. Do not go cliff jumping. There'll be a consequence if you go cliff jumping. So naturally, what do? You go cliff jumping. And in the process, you deeply cut your forearm. Now, instead of addressing the wound, addressing the mistake and taking care of it, you hide it, you suppress it, you avoid it, you push it away. And so you put a long sleeve shirt on, cut, unattended to, what's going to happen? It gets infected. And then the infection starts to spread. So now the whole arm is frozen from this avoidance of a deep wound. And what do? Well, now you're building every movement, every action around that arm. It's a great story to give, the power of that which is held within the subconscious is directing every action that we take. And so yoga is saying, hey, come on, let's, with bravery, dive into the unseen and bring that which is unseen to the seen, or that which is involuntary to voluntary, so that we can look at it, we can address it, we can transcend it. All right, so you are not your vrittis. You are so much more than your outcomes, your identities, your self-limiting beliefs, the stories, the vritti, the whirlpool. And yoga is the path to reclaiming and remembering that essence, that life force spark that flows through each and every one of us, that gives us life, that eternal nature, that innate wholeness that is so much beyond our stories, our identities, and our outcomes. All right. I hope this lands for you. As always, if it does, please share it with somebody who it might land for them. And together for 2025, we're taking on the Samadhi Pada. So thanks for sticking with me. I'd love to start a conversation with you. So better yet, drop a comment below. And as always, thanks for watching. And I hope this lights up your yoga studies.